For centuries, the Nanticoke Indian tribe has become a celebration of cultural history and community on Delmarva. The Nanticoke people have lived on this land for really generations.
Yeah, their roots run deep. Their stories shape our lives today, and their legacy continues to be celebrated. One of those ways is through their annual Nanticoke Indian Powwow. Here to tell us more are Farah Stiegel, Assistant Chief, and Magdalene Stiegel of the dance troupe. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So for folks who have never been to the powwow, tell us what it's all about, what you can expect.
Well, the powwow is a very educational event, and it's for young and old. It's the biggest part of the event would be when we do our grand entry. That's when you'll see all of the dancers from all over the United States come into the dance circle to begin the powwow.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And every year you have a theme. What's this year's theme?
This year's theme is Brave, Strong, and United.
Okay.
And so that tells you a little bit about us as a community. We have been here, like you said, for centuries, and we just want to let people know that we're still here.
Yeah.
And so it's a celebration really of music and dance and the entire culture, so folks can expect to experience all of that.
Yes, we have Native American food, we have Native American dancing, we have the Aztec dance troupe does their dances there as well. And we have vendors that are educational vendors, and then we have vendors selling native wares, and then we of course have the food vendors, and one of our famous foods is the fry bread and the Indian tacos.
Yes, my son brought me back some of that from last year. Okay, so Magdalene, do you dance during the powwow?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So there's like a whole bunch of like different kinds of dances. I am a traditional and fancy dancer. Traditional was more slow, but fancy is more like upbeat and faster. And traditional, you hold a shawl in one hand and a fan in the other hand, and you kind of just like move your feet a little bit. But when you do fancy, you have a shawl on your back, and you always at least have one arm up, so you're kind of like a butterfly flying in the wind. Oh, wow. And it's like really beautiful.
And you have butterflies on your skirt. That's an absolutely, is that something that you would typically wear during your dances?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So all of this is just deep in tradition. Why is it so important to continue to share that and watch it grow?
Well, it's not only a homecoming for the Native community, because that's what everybody comes home during the powwow. It also brings us together with the community as a whole. So that's why it's important to keep the tradition alive, and it's also important to keep the tradition alive so we can pass it on to the younger generation as well.
Yeah. Well, everyone is looking forward to the 47th annual Nanticoke Indian Powwow. We have the information here. When and where again?
So it will be September 6th and 7th. It will be held at Hudson Fields in Milton. And it's from the hours of 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. with grand entry both days at 12 p.m. And we will also, on Sunday, we will have a morning worship service at 9 a.m.
And you don't want to miss that grand entrance. Thank you so much, Farah and Magdalene, for coming in, and good luck with the powwow.
Thank you for having us.